Well, just on that idea of, I think the word creativity is can be a block for some people. So we are all creative, and unfortunately, I think our educational system, sort of for little kids, it's there. It's just intuitive and spontaneous, and sometimes it gets sort of bumped out of us. So to kind of be, maybe the word is to be, allow yourself to be a bit more playful. And of course, adults, we're not supposed to be playful. So, you know, the invitation to, and this is for, you know, these are your own, this initial writing and creating or poetry you might create doesn't necessarily show up in the dissertation. Later you can decide what's going to work. So some of the things sometimes you can bring into that writing when you're thinking about your educational practice is some artifacts. And Virginia Regal wrote about her experience as a student and then as a teacher and then eventually as a government administrator. And what she had, and this was not that everyone has to have these things, is her report cards from when she was in school. And she would use those phrases, you know, the teacher would write about, and she was always a good student, right? Yeah. And she even had a little journal that she had kept. And in the journal was a note from her teacher saying, Virginia, you must keep doing this, right? So this was when she was 8 years old. So she found these things, and they actually ended up being incorporated. So there are things around you that like that can sort of be almost like be a trigger or sort of a thought process. So
I didn't have anything from my childhood, but I actually went and found. This is just not so long ago, a shoebox full of cards that I've received from students over the years, and I have no idea why I've kept some and not others, but I have kept some, and so I just pulled off the comments, some of the comments that came from some of those cards, and then sort of talked back to those comments.
Yeah.
As to, I wonder why they think those things, or how is it that they see that I am the architect of that?
And it could be that maybe even a photograph, a card, you know, lovely handwritten can become part of the dissertation. So these dissertations take many different shapes and forms. There is no template.
And many forms within the same form, even.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, so pictures and poetry and that sort of thing.